Let's be honest, when you're thinking about buying a home in Maryland, not every county is going to be a fit. Whether it's about long commutes, inconsistent development, or lower resale potential, there are some counties that I personally wouldn't consider if I were buying right now. Now, this isn't to say that these counties don't have their strengths or that no one should live there, but based on my experience helping clients relocate, invest, and build long-term equity here in Maryland, there are a few places I'd be more cautious about, and I'm going to explain exactly why. Now, with that being said, I just want to clarify that this video does not reflect my personal appearance, and it does reflect market research as a licensed real estate professional. It's not legal advice and is not intended to steer or discourage anyone from any specific location. Always consult with a qualified real estate agent to discuss your personal housing needs. With that being said, let's get into the video. Let's start with counties where housing affordability might look good on the surface, but once you dig deeper, other factors make it a tougher sale long term. The first county I want to talk about is Allegheny County. It's located in far western Maryland, and at first glance, the prices are going to catch your attention. You can find single family homes well under $200,000, but here's the issue: population decline, limited job growth, and slow appreciation. Allegheny has been losing residents steadily over the years, and that affects everything: demand, local services, and future resale value. So if you're thinking about buying there as a primary residence and you already have ties to the area, that's one thing. But as a general buyer looking for appreciation and strong market momentum, Allegheny doesn't check the boxes for me. Logistics-wise, Allegheny is far from any major job hubs, and you're looking at a 2+ hour drive to get to Washington, D.C. or Baltimore. And most people living there do work locally. That means the job market is more dependent on local government, healthcare, and education sectors with less diversity in employment options. Hospitality and new development are also limited. There aren't a lot of new builds or luxury upgrades happening that could pull property values upward. The next on my list is Dorchester County. Located on the Eastern Shore, Dorchester has some beautiful waterfront views and charming historic areas, especially in Cambridge. But from a real estate perspective, there are some concerns. Flood zones are a real factor there. Much of the land is at or near sea level, and flood insurance premiums can significantly affect affordability. On top of that, the job market is very limited and retail growth has been stagnant. Sales volume tends to be low, and it can take longer to sell your home in this area compared to counties like Anne Arundel or Howard. There's also a gap in hospitality infrastructure. You won't find major shopping centers or a wide range of entertainment and dining options like you do in Central Maryland. So if you're someone who wants easy access to both daily convenience and potential lifestyle upgrades, Dorchester might feel too isolated. Now let's shift to Caroline County. This one is tricky just because prices are affordable and it is relatively close to some larger hubs on the Eastern Shore, but appreciation here has historically lagged behind other parts of Maryland. There's not a strong upward trend in development, and most homes tend to stay on the market a lot longer. So if you're investigating or hoping to build equity over time, that slow growth may not align with your goals. Sales-related logistics are important here because when I pull comps in Caroline County, I often find a smaller buyer pool, especially for homes over $400,000. That's not ideal if you plan to upgrade or to sell later. Another thing to note is there's a lack of upscale housing options and new construction is minimal. And if you're commuting to work or want access to more established retail, you're going to have to drive out of the county for most of that. Another county I'd be cautious about is Somerset County. This is Maryland's southernmost county on the Eastern Shore. It does have some beautiful natural landscapes, but it's one of the least populated and least economically diverse counties in the state. The housing market there is very slow moving and the prices reflect that. Inventory tends to sit for long periods and the population is aging. From a logistics standpoint, it is far from major medical centers, shopping hubs, and employment clusters. Schools and healthcare facilities are limited and there's a general lack of public transportation. That creates challenges not just for living there, but also for selling if your home appeals to a limited group of buyers. I've seen properties sit for months, even when the pricing is competitive. Now, I want to talk briefly about counties that I wouldn't eliminate completely, but I would still approach with some caution depending on your goals, right? So Washington County is one example. It's located in western Maryland near Hagerstown. It does offer more amenities and better highway access than some of the counties we just discussed, but you have to look at the specific neighborhood and resale history very carefully. There are pockets in Washington County that have seen slow growth and higher than average foreclosure rates in the past, and if you're buying here, focus on areas with more modern development and avoid homes that need extensive rehab unless you're experienced in construction or investing. St. Mary's County is another one to consider with nuance. The Naval Air Station in Patuxent River provides a stable employment anchor, and that's a good thing. But if you're not directly tied to the military or working in that area, the long commute and lack of transportation alternatives can definitely be a challenge. The housing market fluctuates based on military turnover, and that can affect your resale strategy. Some homes sell quickly and others take months. It all depends on timing and location. Let's also address a common misconception. Some people do assume that rural counties automatically mean more space, more value, and a better lifestyle. That's not always the case. Rural counties in Maryland often lack access to high-speed internet, public utilities, and updated infrastructure. Those things do affect both your quality of life and your property's resale potential. So it's not just about land, it's about what that land can actually support long-term. Hospitality and lifestyle amenities are also something I consider. When I'm helping clients look for homes, I ask them how important it is to have restaurants, gyms, parks, or community spaces nearby. In counties like Calvert, for example, you'll find that some areas are very well developed, while others are still extremely limited in what they offer. That split can make a big difference depending on your lifestyle. I also take into account broadband availability, access to hospitals, and how quickly emergency services can respond. Those are often overlooked, but essential parts of living comfortably and safely. And in some of the more remote counties, you might not realize how inconvenient it is until you've already moved in. And by then, it's too late. From a sales perspective, one of the biggest red flags I see is stagnant or declining population growth. When more people are moving out than they're moving in, that affects demand. That in turn affects pricing, marketing, time, and negotiating power. It is something that I try to monitor closely, and I encourage buyers to look at multi-year trends, not just the short-term price tags. So to recap, counties like Allegheny, Dorchester, Caroline, and Somerset pose specific challenges when it comes to growth, infrastructure, logistics, and resale value. Washington and St. Mary's can be solid with the right strategy, but aren't always ideal for long-term equity if your circumstances change. And across the board, you just have to be cautious of any area where the growth trajectory just isn't moving forward. If you're serious about buying a home in Maryland, the good news is there are still plenty of strong options. You just need to make sure that the county that you choose matches your goals and not just the price tag. That just means considering logistics, future development, resale value, and lifestyle compatibility. If you'd like help narrowing down the best areas for your situation, you can download my relocation guide using the link in the description, or you can head over to my website to schedule a call with me or to fill out the contact form and I'll be in touch with you. I'd be happy to walk you through your goals and help you figure out where you'll thrive. That's all I have for today's video. I appreciate you taking the time to watch, and I will see you on the next one.